Ever had those moments? You're staring at your screen, the world fades away, and the code just flows? Lines appear almost effortlessly, solutions crystallize out of nowhere, and hours feel like minutes. What if I told you there's a name for this magic? Some call it the zone, others deep work, but today, we're diving into something a little more vibey. We're talking about vibe coding. Now, before you click away thinking this is just about scented candles and lo-fi playlists, though, hey, we'll get to that. Vibe coding is deeper. It's about consciously cultivating an environment, a mindset, and a workflow that aligns with your personal rhythm, allowing you to tap into a heightened state of intuition, creativity, and raw coding power. So, what is vibe coding, really? It's not a rigid methodology. You won't find it in any Agile manifesto or a dusty computer science textbook. Think of it more as an art form, a personalized approach to development where your subjective experience, your vibe, is paramount. It's about recognizing that developers aren't just logic machines. We're creative beings, influenced by our surroundings, our mood, our energy levels. Vibe coding is about engineering your personal ecosystem to achieve that elusive flow state. You know, that feeling of complete absorption where you're performing at your peak. Challenges feel exhilarating rather than daunting, and time itself seems to warp. It's where innovation isn't forced, it emerges. But how do you find this vibe? Is it a mystical quest? Not quite. It's more about intentionality. Let's break down the core components. First up, the environment. Your physical space is crucial. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about psychology. A cluttered desk can lead to a cluttered mind. Conversely, a space that feels good to you can significantly reduce friction and invite focus. This could mean anything from perfect cable management, yes, some of us find deep satisfaction in that, to the right kind of lighting. Are you a natural light fiend, or do you thrive in the cool glow of RGB? And then there's sound. Oh, the power of sound. For many developers, music isn't just background noise, it's a focusing tool. Lo-fi hip-hop, classical piano, ambient soundscapes, binaural beats, even silence through noise-canceling headphones. The key is finding what helps you sink into that deep work state. It's about creating a sonic bubble that shields you from distractions and tunes your brain to the rhythm of the code. Next, let's talk about the tools and the tech. Your digital environment matters just as much. Is your IDE theme easy on the eyes for long sessions? Are your fonts clear and readable? Do you have your shortcuts and tools configured in a way that feels intuitive and frictionless? These might seem like small things, but these tiny optimizations add up, reducing cognitive load and keeping you in the flow. Even the chair you sit in, the angle of your monitor, these are all part of your coding vibe. But vibe coding goes beyond the tangible. It delves into the mindset. This is where it gets really interesting. It's about understanding your own energy cycles. Are you a morning coder, bursting with ideas before lunch? Or do you hit your stride late at night when the world is quiet? Vibe coding encourages you to work with your natural rhythms, not against them. It's also about managing distractions, not just external ones, but internal ones too. That nagging feeling about an unanswered email, the mental to-do list for the weekend. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique, time blocking, or even just consciously setting an intention before you start a coding session can help clear the mental runway. And perhaps most powerfully, vibe coding is about trusting your intuition. Sometimes, the logical, step-by-step approach hits a wall. That's when your subconscious, your gut feeling, can offer a breakthrough. Have you ever just felt that a certain approach was right, even if you couldn't immediately articulate why? That's your coding intuition at play. Creating the right vibe allows that quieter voice to be heard. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is vibe coding just an excuse for procrastination or a fancy way of saying, I only code when I feel like it? Not at all. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning. It's about creating the conditions for inspiration to visit more often. It's about discipline, but a different kind of discipline, the discipline of self-awareness and intentional environment design. Sometimes, the vibe means pushing through a tough problem even when you don't feel like it, but doing so in a space and with tools that support that effort rather than hinder it. The benefits? When you nail your vibe, you'll likely see 1. Increased productivity. You get more done, and often, it's higher quality work. 2. Enhanced creativity. You're more open to novel solutions and elegant designs. 3. Reduced stress and burnout. Coding feels less like a grind and more like a fulfilling craft. 4. Greater enjoyment. Let's be honest, when you're in the vibe, coding is just more fun. So, how can you start implementing vibe coding? First, observe yourself. When do you do your best work? What distracts you? What makes you feel focused and energized? Keep a journal for a week. Note your energy levels, your focus, and what was going on in your environment. Second, experiment with your physical space. Declutter. Try different lighting. Add a plant. Invest in an ergonomic chair or keyboard if you can. Small changes can make a big difference. Third, curate your soundscape. Explore different genres of music or try ambient sounds. Noise-canceling headphones can be a game changer, especially in noisy environments. Fourth, optimize your digital workflow. Customize your IDE. Learn your shortcuts. Organize your files. Minimize digital distractions. Turn off those notifications. Fifth, prioritize your well-being. Take breaks. Stretch. Stay hydrated. Get enough sleep. A tired, stressed brain can't vibe. It's that simple. And remember, your perfect vibe is unique to you. What works for one developer might be distracting for another. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. The journey of discovering your coding vibe is an ongoing process of refinement and self-discovery. Some might say this is all a bit woo-woo. But think about elite athletes. They meticulously control their environment, their diet, their mental state to achieve peak performance. Why should coding, a highly demanding intellectual and creative endeavor, be any different? The truth is, in a world demanding more complex software and faster innovation, tapping into every ounce of our potential isn't just a luxury, it's becoming a necessity. Vibe coding isn't about being precious. It's about being professional, in the deepest sense, understanding your craft and yourself well enough to create the conditions for excellence. So, I encourage you, explore your vibe. Experiment. Pay attention to what makes you feel aligned and focused. Because when you find that sweet spot, when your environment, your tools, and your mindset are all in harmony, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you're not just writing code, you're composing it. What are your go-to vibe enhancers? Share your tips and experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you cultivate your coding vibe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next dive into the art and science of software development. Until next time, keep coding and keep it vibey.